Welcome back to part 10 of making a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate overlay. Last time we left off with this as the in-between game scene, but since then I've actually, if I turn on the scene switcher, where is it? Here we are. So I've actually implemented a team color feature into the Streametter controller, and so I'm actually going to make it so that it supports yellow and green team as well. And this is also based on like what port you play on, so if you're on port 3 you would be yellow team. But also in 8-player Smash, you could be yellow team. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing that I noticed is that it's added some extra information on the desaturated part here that shouldn't be there, like the 1 red and then the hex value for the color. So first, probably want to hide the color up here. So I'll just say everything that is color, just don't display it. So that's here. So I'll save that. Have a look. Oh, damn it. When I accidentally drag around the scenes in OBS, it doesn't like it. Okay, so that's gone now, that's good. Now, should I work on the colors first? Or is there other stuff I wanted to do first? I think I'm pretty keen to get it stuck into the colors, so let's have a look at that. So let's find anywhere where I've got a color value. So it's pretty easy to just search for the hash symbol, since I don't think I'm referencing any IDs with the hash symbol. Okay, so that looks like the orange color. This one looks like it is player 1. Yep. So if I, instead of referring to the first team for the color, I can refer to the data color attribute that I added to the Streametter overlay. Data color equals, and if I just call this blue, or is it red? Red is the first team. That. And these ones, instead of team 2, these will be if the team color is set to blue. Now the team colors are set by default as team 1 to be red and team 2 to be blue, so this shouldn't really change anything at the moment, but if I want to change it to green team, then it should change. So let's find other instances where I set the color. Okay, highlight, that's also orange, that's fine. Team's first child, here we are. Here's another instance of red. This one's blue by the look of it. This one's red as well. And I'll grab these two and... oh dear, what happened to my cursor? I'll grab these two and change them to blue. any other places where I set colors, I think that looks about it. So if I save that and refresh the overlay, it should look the same. That it does. Now, potentially, I can actually switch the team colors. So if I set Pillow Talk to be on red team, have a look at the preview. Look at that! And if I set this to be blue team, now they're just opposite colors. Okay, it looks like it worked. What happens on the in-game scene? Nice. Well, there we go. Now it's time to implement other colors, I think. Okay, so we got red, blue, we need to do green and yellow. So set this one to green. And this one to yellow. Like that. And now I just have to grab the appropriate hex value. And that should be pretty easy if I actually just check what it is here, because I already ripped these colors off of the image. It's in RGB. We want hex. So that's yellow. I am also excited for Ultimate Game Joy. Welcome. Do you play Smash 4 or any other Smash games? Okay, so now that the teams are in the right order, I can paste in this color here. Let's check what color the green team is. There it is. Okay, now if we save that, and if I get rid of this, I can change this to green team, and hopefully on the overlay it will also change. And it does, that's good. Alright, now what about yellow team? Let's have a look. Yep, okay, it's working. Alright, now to do the same thing for the between games scene. So if I click on this one, have a look, it looks like the colors have completely gone. So let's find out where I set them. Okay, so here is... So I need to pull up the reference image again, I think. That's a wall of text. So now you're just you've got no Smash to play, and you got to wait, like I think it was 54 days is the countdown. Well, hopefully it'll be worth the wait. Let's find the reference image here. Alright. Here we go, so this is where I'm grabbing the colors from at the moment. This is just from the Nintendo live stream that they did. So I think so. The super desaturated color, I think, is this one, and where did I get the other color from? Is that like one? It could be one of any of these three colors. So there's a color here, color here, color here. Too many different saturations. How did I start coding? I think I learned when I was in school, so in grade 10. I learned how to make games in Game Maker, and then I learned web development the following year, and I've just been doing that ever since, pretty much. I'm trying to turn it into a career. Anyway, so let's pull up the color picker, and let's see if I can find what exactly I've been using as colors. So I'll increase the aperture size here. So we got the color red here, F496. So which color red is that? Okay, this looks like the one. Is it? Not quite. Trying to remember where else these team colors would appear. What about the blue ones? So we got A0, BF, FA. Okay, what about the super desaturated versions of the color? The blue one is 388B FB. There must be some other image I'm getting these colors from. Alright, let's change this back to red and blue team and have a look at the preview. Where did I grab these colors from? Did I just make them up? I can't remember. Maybe I grabbed them from a singles image, because I wasn't focusing on yellow and green at that point. Ah yeah, I think I know where I got them from now. Here we go. This was the image I got them from. So let's have a look and see what reference colors I have currently. So it looks like for blue we have 388B FB. So which one is that? Okay. So it looks like there's this whole area here that I'm pulling the color from that it looks like that's not even in the doubles or 4-player character select here. So I'm gonna have to find new places to pull the colors from. So I suppose I can just use like this color. So there's the yellow color and the green color. So let's do that. Because I imagine it'd be fairly similar. So let's copy some of this code here. I think I want to do the player instead of the team at the moment. So the next color is yellow. And green. Okay, what's the yellow color down here? Copy that, paste it in here, and let's grab the green color as well. Copy that. What about you, GameJoy? Do you do any coding yourself? Make them lowercase just to be consistent. Now I'll probably want to do a similar thing for the fully desaturated color. Okay. Let's grab some desaturated colors. So this is kind of probably not the best region to grab the color from because it's kind of semi-transparent. So what else? We haven't got many options for Ike here. I wonder if I have a different reference image. So we got some interesting colors on this image. We got this color here for the yellow, but the green color is different up here. So that image is no good. What colors we got on here looks like the same, that's just the in-game colors. Interesting, so it looks like Ike is taking up way too much room here. I can't get the colors correct. Also, are the colors changing? Like, look at... on this image, the color of Pit, behind Pit, is like this color. But on this image, it's like a much darker red. So these colors like aren't even accurate. So there's no point. I think they change color by the look of it. I think I just need to do the desaturation myself. Okay, well at least I can grab the desaturated green color maybe. So that's like this one here. So I'll copy that. Green. Paste that in here. And now I just need a desaturated yellow color. That's a little too desaturated. Maybe I'll use... let's have a look over here. Let's see if I can just desaturate it using Chrome. So we'll pull up, here we go, and now we can just reduce the saturation here. Increase the lightness a bit. That looks okay. It's only temporary anyway, so that's the yellow color. Paste that here. Okay, how are we looking at the preview now? So, yellow team looks pretty crap. What about green team? How's that looking? The yellow and green. Okay, so green team looks okay. But these colors only have to be temporary anyway. Okay. What else was I gonna do? So it looks like the commentators kind of screwed up in the top left corner there, whereas I kind of want them to be on in the top right corner. So maybe I'll do that now. So I want the commentator's scene to be kind of all of this scene to be more or less in the top right corner of this scene. But anyway, actually might have a look at the doubles scene here as well. So if I add some more players, Okay, now I'll change the team colors back to the usual colors. And it's a good thing pretty much nobody's ever going to pick yellow team anyway, so it doesn't have to look good. Because I think yellow team's only available in 8-player Smash. So we'll just rely on red, green, and blue. Okay. Let's work on the commentators, I suppose. So let's search for where I've specified them before. So here we describe what we want them to look like on the commentator's scene. And there's another section where I describe for both the game scene and the camera scene what I want them to look like. So I need to copy everything that says cameras here, like these lines, and I need to delete them and put them next to the ones that specify it on the commentator's scene. So let's get started on that. So it looks like these are just the animations. We might do them afterwards. Start from the beginning. Okay. So I probably want to remove this line here that specifies to put a microphone icon in front of the commentators. You won't need that because you can see their head faces and wearing a headset, so don't need that icon. What else we got? I don't think any of this needs to change. That's all good. Okay, here's some more. So we're referencing the game scene and the camera scene here for commentators. So I can probably get rid of cameras. Because what is this reference anyway? Oh, okay. So instead of referencing both commentators, I need to reference both commentators individually by copying this and pasting that there. Probably need to do the same down here. And a lot of instances of this actually here. And we can just comment this one out. Same with this. I think this is where we add the icon and the positioning. So get rid of that and this. And this one as well. Okay, here we've got some more niche stuff. So this only applies to the commentator's scene. And we probably want to make it slightly different for the camera scene as well, because this top value is going to be different on both the scenes. In fact, it might even be exactly half the top value. Most of these might be around exactly half. So the right value is going to be different as well. Padding. So I'm just going to copy this whole section here, not delete it, and paste another duplicate section, and I'm going to change all these values to be pretty much half. So this one should be 23. Height, that should be 3.25. Where is the dot on this keyboard? There we go. Padding 0.5 and 2. These values probably not going to be exact because I want them to be slightly different, but I won't know what they look like until they're actually roughly correct. So this should be 30 then. This should be 4. Right, and these values are all percentages, so they can stay the same, I think. And before we forget, let's rename all of these to players, or cameras actually. Cameras instead of commentators, so it'll apply to the cameras scene. Okay, so these left and right values actually are going to be totally different. Do they need to be half? So I need to add 50 to this because it's on the right side of the screen. So the left value here, it's got to be like 80 at least, I think. And the right value here should be something like 75. I'm just guessing. So let's have a look. Actually, there might be some more stuff to style first, so I'll check all that. Alright, so it looks like it's just the animations. We're back to the bottom again. But I will try the animations at least. So for now, it might be a better idea to have both commentators go out to the right, because that way they're not going to be whizzing across the whole screen. Like if one of the commentators goes out to the left, it's got to go all the way across the game screen here. Like, so from this side, this is where it'll be in the preview, and it's got to go woo, all the way over here. So if I have both the commentators here, then I can make them both go out to the right. Either that, or I could add like a clipping mask to this section here. But I'll work on that later probably. So let's so in from right and out to right. I need to copy these. So cameras, commentators, copy this line, paste it down here. And copy this one as well. Oops, where did everything go? Okay. And copy that and paste it down here. So hopefully it will look alright. Let's just refresh. Okay, so didn't exactly work the way I wanted to. Looks like the left and right values are totally wrong, and also it looks like the names aren't even showing up. So something very strange is going on here. I think the names weren't showing up originally anyway, so that's probably something I have to look into as well. Alright, thanks, Battle Dolphin. The bitrate's only 2,500. I don't. Is your net that bad? Anyway, let's have a look at fixing some of this stuff. So I think I'm going to have a look at inspect element, probably. So if I refresh this, that's interesting, the team colors aren't even showing up on this page. It's like I need to refresh the cache of this. Yeah. And now when I refresh this page, no, the colors still don't show up. What gives with that? Ah well, at least they show up on the actual preview. So let's have a look at what's going on with these commentators. Why are their names being hidden? Is it because the commentators, the element is too small to show them? So the top value needs to change to be something more like 22. So we'll change that. What else we got? So the right value, I vastly overestimated what that should be. So this middle dividing line here, that'll be at 75% or 25 away from the right side. So if I want to have a gap of like 2%, that means I should have the right value of 26. So let's change that. And this left value should be 76, I think. So let's save that. Okay, so now the commentators are more or less in the right position. The widths are totally wrong by the look of it still. So width, where is that? Am I not even defining the width anywhere? I should be. Oh no, I think I'm just defining the padding? Surely I'm defining the width somewhere. Maybe I'm not. Alright, so now we just have to figure out why the names aren't showing up at all. Okay, so it looks like I'm applying this rule to both the commentators and the players, which is not what I want to do. So let's copy that. Find out where it is in here. And let's make sure to put data type equals teams in front of this. So paste that there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I need to apply this to. Okay, so if I save that, let's have a look at the preview now. Okay, it looks like it's working, which is good. However, the reference image isn't exactly showing up. That's because I haven't told it to show up, probably. What happens if I change it to the commentary scene? Here. So it looks like I haven't defined a constant width for both. Also, I've noticed that this logo is in the wrong position. Does that have anything to do with the event type? Yeah, okay. So I need to find out where that event type affects the tournament logo. So let's go dash event to find... actually, it's probably easier to type tournament, because that will get fewer results. Okay. What have we got here? So if data type, but that should still only affect only the game scene. But I've still got, if it's not set to teams, I gotta get rid of that. And now it should still be back in the middle, even if I set the event to teams. I refresh, the logo's back in the middle, which is good. What happens if I set someone with like a really long name as a commentator? So, who has a really long name? A really long name. Seymour Butts has a pretty long name, could have used him. So it looks like it's a dynamic width, which is probably not what I want to do, actually. So, for each commentator, I'm setting the height to be static, but not the width. So what happens if I set the width here to be, let's say, 40%. Okay, they're quite large now. That's probably a little too much as far as the width goes. 30, that could work a little better. Okay, so the width, if it's 30%, let's find out where I was setting that before. So that would be this commentator's scene. Here we are, I think I found it. So I've set the height, I haven't set the width yet, so that's 30 now. Save that. And now no matter how long their name is, it should be exactly the same width, regardless. So that's cool. Now let's go back to the between game scene. Alright, now let's fix these. Let's make them a fixed width as well. So, I want to go up here and set the width. I don't know how wide it should be yet. Maybe like 10%. Save that, let's just see how that looks. Okay, 10% is nowhere near enough by the look of it. So let's go something more like 20. Save that. Let's have a look in the full screen preview. Okay, that looks like that's definitely wide enough. It's probably too wide. I'm not sure exactly where I want to put the tournament logo on this scene. I was thinking maybe right smack bang in the middle between all of the divisions, or I could still put it between the commentators, technically. I think I'll try it in the middle. But then it's going to be hard to make a transition for it that looks any good. Maybe I'll just make the transition like a fade or something. Let's refresh this to make sure that looks okay. Yeah, all good, I think. Now let's have a look at the tournament logo. So let's go back up to where I was styling that. Also, I might want to add another reference image for the commentators as well. But we can do that later. Actually, that's given me an idea. I can do the clipping mask now, so I can do a proper transition. I'll do the tournament logo first. So it looks like that's being set around here. Welcome, Ben. This is basically between games, and actually I'll set this back to singles so you can see what it'll look like. That's not singles. This is singles. So basically this is going to be the player cams, this less shaded area, and that's the commentators up there and the game screen. So this is for between games, basically. So on the camera scene, let's try putting the tournament logo . Let's put it right in the middle. So left, if it's 10 wide, so the left position is fine. Now I need to figure out the right top position, which would be some maths. Oh boy. So what is 5% of 1080? That's not 5%, that's 50%. 54. So what is 54 divided by 1920? That's a small number. Maybe it's 5400. So that's the value I need to take away from whatever the value is. Whatever 50% of 1080 is. Wait a minute. So I need to grab this value, I think, and take away this value. like this. So if I copy that, this is the value I need. And hopefully, if my math is right, the logo should be right in the center. If it even shows up. I think I wanted to show up on every scene anyway, so let's just get rid of all of these scene-specific rules here. Okay, so it's close to being the center. I don't know why it's not exactly in the center. Could have a little something to do with that little piece of the couch that's floating above the logo. Or maybe I just didn't do my math right. Let's have a look over here. Let's inspect this, because that way we can see the size of the box instead of the size of the actual image. Okay, so that's the box. That's not in the center. So my maths was wrong. It looks like it's exactly a quarter. So if I do this instead, if I times this value by 2, I get 22.5. Let's see if that's a better value. Actually, I could probably just paste it here. 22.5 PW. Okay, that's the center. Yeah, I think that's the exact center. It's very close anyway. And opacity probably doesn't need to be 0.2 on this scene. Or any other scene besides the game scene, actually. So I'll change that in a moment after I paste this value down here. Like that. Save. And let's make the opacity only be low on the in-game scene. So I'll get rid of that out of here. And data scene equals game. I'll copy that and paste that up here. Save. Okay, so now the logo should be in full opacity. There we go. See how it looks full screen. Okay, starting to look alright. I don't know if that logo looks a little strange, sitting in the direct middle, but I think that's only because there's no outlines on anything yet. It's all like just solid colors, and the Couch Warriors Queensland logo has like thick black outlines. So that's why it stands out to me, I think. What happens if I navigate to the commentators scene with a fully opaque logo? That's the commentators scene here. Okay. Obviously the fully opaque logo looks fine there, because it's not even a real moving image. Maybe I shouldn't make it fully opaque. Maybe I should make it slightly transparent, like the background of the names. So something like, if I grab this, and then I say, whenever it's the scene is not set to game, make the opacity something like 0.8. Okay, it's really hard to tell in this black background, so let's switch back to the other scene. I can't even tell that the that it's transparent at all, actually. Maybe 0.8 is not enough. Let's try 0.6. Is that not even working? I feel like that's not doing anything. Let's check out inspect element. Refresh. So the opacity is setting it. Maybe the opacity doesn't apply to background images, it should. Yeah, it does. I don't know why I said that, because it does on the game scene. So 0.5? 0.4? Okay, so you can only really start seeing the opacity drop a bunch when it's really low. So if I set it to 0.4... Actually, what is the background? What is that opacity? RGBA. So the background color is a 0.65 opacity, so maybe we'll just try that. Save. I don't think it's gonna show up much, but it's supposed to be slightly transparent. Okay, now should I add a reference image for the commentators here, or should I do something else? I could actually. Let's have a look at the commentators on the camera scene. All the way down here. Here it is. Okay. So instead of referring to the commentators individually, I should refer to both of them. And that way I can make a bounding box. So if I set position absolute, and so that would change the positionings of each individual commentator as well. I need to adjust these values, well, this value and these two values here, but that should be fine. Actually, I might take a quick break. I'll be back in a moment. So where were we? Position absolute left. The left value should be 50%. The right value is not necessary. Top value should be 0. The width should be 50 VW, and so the height should be 50 times 16 divided by 9 divided by 16, 28.125 VW. Save that, and that'll screw up these values. Also, what I can do here is set a background color so that it's not black. Background color, and set that to like gray. I think both spellings of gray work, so you can put an E or an A. So these values are going to need to change. The top value's the same, which is helpful, but the right and left values need to change. So the right value should also be the same actually. It's just the left value needs to go down by 50. So that should be good. That was easier than I thought it would be. Let's have a look whether that worked. Okay, that's not what I expected to happen. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Probably because I forgot to... the command key is stuck. There we go. Okay, good. I forgot to delete that. And now it should be back to normal. Okay, cool. So now we're looking alright. I wonder if I have room to put the commentator Twitters there. I probably have room. So let's have a look. I think actually I'll do the transitions for the commentators again. So I'll make it so that one commentator goes out to the right and one commentator goes out to the left as a transition. So if I copy the camera's scene, paste that there. Copy this as well. And paste that as cameras instead. Save that. Let's have a look. Let's see whether these transitions work. I think there might be a problem. I haven't set the overflow of the commentators to hidden. So I need to set here, I need to go overflow hidden. And that'll stop the commentator from going all the way across the screen. Instead it'll be cut off by the game screen. So in theory, if I change the scene, let's have a look. Okay, so it looks like the whole commentator's element actually moves instead of each individual commentator. And also we got the logo going from the middle of the screen all the way to the bottom, which looks kind of weird. But first, let's fix the commentator's transition. Actually, that's weird. Maybe it's because I've set Why is this happening? Did I not refresh properly? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just didn't refresh. Okay, so now the commentators go out and the left commentator gets cut off by the game screen, which is good. The logo, the tournament logo, still looks a bit weird, transitioning all the way down. The way I thought of fixing that was to simply add a fade transition to the logo instead of a moving. But I don't know if that'll look any good either. So might just leave that for now. As far as transitions go for the player cards here, that's going to be interesting. What I probably want to do is make the clipping mask disappear. Or make the clipping mask hide the whole player card. Like I do, so if I change it to the to this scene, you'll see if you look at the scores and the names down at the bottom, they get clipped out of existence in their transition. So I maybe want to do the same thing for this scene. I'm not entirely sure. We could give it a go. So I might even need to define a whole new transition, because I've got names from left here. I think I'll have to be very specific with the name of this transition as well. And I'll put it at the bottom. Okay, so instead of names from left, I probably want to call it player info. Singles player info. Okay, what about just singles info? Or just singles, that could work. And then I need to grab the clip path for the player cards, wherever that is. think this is it here. So if I copy that, paste it down here. So if I paste that here and here, now I just need to make sure that these values are correct. So I want the top left coordinate needs to change. It needs to become 100% 0, I think. Because the x value needs to be 100%. And I think the same thing needs to happen here. So now I'll just copy that and paste that down here. Save. Hopefully that'll work. No, I didn't refresh. Okay. It would probably help if I actually applied the transition at all. So let's do that. Let's go back to the clip path. Copy this. And then go back down to the transitions area. Make a new section here. Grab the transition in event for class, copy it here, and then I'll copy the name of the transition, names from, wait, singles from left. Actually first I'll copy the actual animation line. Paste that there. Then I'll copy the name of the animation. And paste that here. Now I'll just copy this whole thing for the reverse. And so that'll be transition out instead of in. And instead of singles from left, singles to left. Okay, now let's see if this works. I need to refresh, I think. Oh, look at that. That's not exactly how I wanted it to work, but it looks pretty cool. Because I kind of wanted it to clip out to the left, I mean to the right, instead of on the diagonal, but I think by accident I might have made something even cooler than I was expecting. But regardless, let's check the way I actually wanted it to look and see what looks better. So the top left coordinate does need to go to 100%. Yeah. Actually, I'm surprised this doesn't work. Oh, okay. I think this might be the problem. So this is the top left coordinate. This is, what is this? bottom left coordinate. This is the bottom right coordinate. So that should be fine. What did I say this was? The top left? No, this isn't the top left. This is... so X is 0 and Y is 100%. This is the bottom left. So the bottom left needs to change position and go to 100%, 100%. I don't know why that's there anyway. Actually, first let's copy this and make sure we don't lose track of it because it looked kind of cool. And now let's copy 100% where it should be. So I think that's how it works. Let's save and have a look. Refresh. Okay, so that's how I wanted it to look. Honestly, I think it might look better the other way. I don't know. This way's a bit less flashy. It might make more sense in terms of an actual overlay. So if I change it back to the old way, so I can compare. Let's have a look. No, I didn't refresh. It looks so flashy. Alright, viewer, what do you think? This one or the old one, which is like this? The other one looks more flashy. I think I'll keep both of them in mind, and then choose which one actually looks better on the real overlay with real player cams and stuff. So I might actually now switch the event to doubles and work on those transitions. So if I add a play here, does 9B still play in tournaments? QB? I don't know. Okay, what about transitions for these two? Should they... I like the idea of the clipping mask transition because it looks cool. But I don't know if I want to do 4 different clipping mask. Oh no, I'd only have to do 2 different clipping mask animations. Still, I suppose it's not too much work, and it will be worth it in the end. Let's have a look what I can do. So where have I set the clip path for doubles? Here they are. Okay, so it's these two. I need to copy these. Go down here. Paste that down there for reference, and then I'll copy this. And I'll rename this to Teams, probably. And then I'll copy this clip path, paste it in the to here, and the from here. And then I think I need to... I think I did the wrong one. I'm doing right instead of left. No, I'm not. Yeah, no, this is the right one. I think I need to rename these ones to right instead of left, because that's where they came from. Accurate transition names. Save that. Okay, so these from values are going to be totally different. So that's going to be 0, 0. This one is going to be 0, 100%. And that's going to be like that, and that's going to be like that. So I'll paste that down here as well, like that, and now I'll set the transitions to actually do stuff. Actually, first I might make the right version of this transition as well, while I'm at it. And copy this, paste it here. And I noticed an error here. That's gotta get rid of that extra clip path attribute. Alright, so these values are going to be different. So this is going to be the top left coordinate's going to go to the top right. So that means the x coordinate will be 100%. All of the x coordinates are going to be 100%. Oops. Like that. And then copy this and paste it down here. Now I just have to apply the transitions. I'll get rid of this because I've used it up now. So I'll copy this, make a duplicate, and on the teams event, I want the first player of each team to go to the left, and I want the second player of each team to go to the right. And also I need to rename all of these to teams. Rename these to last child, and I need to rename these to left instead of right. Okay, am I finally done defining all these transitions? Let's see if it works. Oh, I need to refresh, don't I? Check it out. Hell yeah. Alright, so I got the transitions working now for both singles and doubles. Now another thing I want to do is make it work for crew battles as well. So if I change this to crews and type in, well, first let's type in a couple more players here. So, okay, it looks like not all of the players are showing up for crews. Let's have a look at the in-game scene. So it's showing the correct players here, but not on this scene. Alright. I'll probably take a quick break, come back, and work on this cruise scene. Alright, so I think I was supposed to make all of the players show up when the event is set to cruise. So I don't know what happened to that. Let's do a case-sensitive search for the word crew. Okay, so what I've done is I've hidden the Twitters. So I also need to hide locations as well. I need to hide everything actually. So yeah, I need to hide everything as well if the event is set to cruise. So I'll copy this. And make sure that the YouTube, Twitch, and location also don't show up. YouTube, no, Twitch, YouTube, location. Actually, location would be might be something I want to add back at some point. But for now, I'll hide it. So location's gone as well. I hide all of the players except for the first player on the game scene. That's good. Where else have we specified cruise? Okay, so it looks like I'm hiding all of the players on the game scene on every event by the look of it, even in crew battles. So let's rectify that. So what do I need to search for? Cameras, the cameras scene. So I need to find where I'm hiding, where I'm hiding everyone besides the first child. Is there a not first child attribute here? Okay. But that should only apply to the game scene. But it's applying to every scene by the look of it, so if I refresh the overlay, none of the other players show up. So let's actually go over to the browser and have a look what's going on if I inspect element. Ah, I know what's happening here. So it looks like I'm referencing each player is this big blue rectangle is just for one player, whereas in a crew battle I kind of want this blue rectangle to represent all of the players on the crew. So that makes things a little more difficult. Maybe I'll do that later. Not sure if I really feel like doing that now. What else can I do? I wanted to add the scores to this overlay. So if I were to switch to preview here, where could I add the scores here? So I could do it in the bottom right corner of each player card. Or I could do it at the... Yeah, I think the bottom right corner would be the best bet, actually. So let's find out where I'm styling the score. So that's the game score there. A lot of these styles I'm going to want to apply to every scene and not just the game scene. In fact, probably every scene. So I'm going to find every time I reference score. And I'm going to get rid of wherever it says game scene only. So here as well. A lot of these values I am going to want to change actually, because I'm going to want the score to be a little bigger on the game, on the players, on the camera's scene. So I'll leave that the way it is. Let's see. I want the background color. Yeah, that should probably stay the same. What about this stuff? So the font weight, text align. Yeah, it looks like all of this stuff I want to keep the same. So let's find anywhere else where I reference score. I probably want to make a new section here for the camera scene. And set the height to be something a lot bigger. What happens if I were to double the height and the font size? So times 2. Like that, and set this to 1.5 instead of 0.75. The width for cruise, I suppose that should be double as well. So I'll set that to 6. What else we got? Clip path. Yeah, I only want that to apply to the game scene. Score. Okay. Border colors. I want them to be the same for every scene as well. So probably get rid of all this. What about this? So the top position I want to be totally different. For the player's scene, I want it to be on the bottom instead of the top, so I'll rename this property to bottom. Make sure that it is set to 0 and no padding, don't need that. The right value should also be 0 because it's going to be in the bottom right of the player card. That might run into problems for doubles actually, but I'll deal with that later. So this is going to be for the camera's scene. Score. So these are all the right values that change based on singles and doubles, which wouldn't matter for now. What about this? Cameras type score, position absolute. It is called an Orbitouch. It is a very strange keyboard. So I think this has got to go, because that was just some old code that I had. Yeah, this is all. Get all of that out of here. Anything else? Yeah, that's its utility. I can type so much faster on this than a QWERTY keyboard. No, it's supposed to help prevent carpal tunnel syndrome. I found it's pretty good. It's quite comfortable to type on. But I have a secondary keyboard over here for shortcut keys and stuff. So for the cameras scene, I probably just want the scores to go out to the right instead of their own special transition. So I think this should be renamed to in from right, and this should be out to right. Okay, is that enough for the scores to actually show up on this scene yet? Let's find out. Okay, so it looks like the left score, the player 2 score is showing up. It's not in the right position, and player 1 score isn't even showing up. So it looks like we have a lot to fix. Goody. Let's see if we can get any more info if I go inspect element as to what's going on. Okay, first of all, I probably want to change the event to singles. Okay, that'll help. I think that's right. I need to add units, style for units, as well as... Oh, interesting, it looks like I've already done it here. But I need to change the style of the unit for each event. So if I copy this, paste it twice, I will have to have something that applies to both scenes, something that applies to the game scene only, and then something that applies to the camera's scene only. So I want to double the width so that it's 2.5 instead. There we go. What the heck? What did I copy? Alright. Screw copy and paste. So that should help, I think. Let's see whether that changed much. Okay, so now they're more evenly spaced, which is good, but the background color still isn't showing up for some reason. Maybe the background color is showing up, it's just really hard to see. Nope. Okay, let's have a look where I'm setting the background color. Score. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I'm only setting it on the game scene, which is a problem. I think that should be good now. I just have to work on the positionings. Okay, so they're the right colors by the look of it. So if I inspect this, and why is the position so wrong? So it looks like I haven't even set position absolute, or have I? Yes, I have. Where is this? What is this? So this is something that should only apply to the game scene. I'm pretty sure. So let's save that. Let's see if that fixed any of my problems. Okay, now it's working. Hooray! So it looks like it's starting to look a little better, but I'm gonna try to change the score and see if it looks half decent. So Abadango wins a match rather, and wins 2. And I'll change it to best of 5 as well. You can go up to, well, it looks kind of weird with 2 digits, so best of 17, first to 9. And if I increase the score, it looks like a progress bar going up. But usually sets are only best of 5 maximum. So that's what I'm gonna have to base it around. But I think it looks okay. I might adjust it later. But for now, that's probably good enough. What else did I want to do? Anything more on this stream? Jesus guys, Ben, nice tweet. Okay. So how long have I been going for? An hour and 50? I'm gonna have a look on my to-do list, see whether there's anything else I want to do. Okay, what happens if I change it to the cruise event? So that way the scores go back to numbers. And they can be in the double digits as well, so like 24. Yeah, that looks all good. But the players, that is the problem with the cruise event so far. What about the teams event? Okay, the score seems to work okay, just as long as it's not too long. Yeah, I think that should be okay. Umeki's Twitter tag is fairly long, and I don't think stuff will get much longer than that anyway. So that's pretty good. So I'm somewhat happy with these score styling. What else can I do? I can either work on the cruise event, or I can try to make the player names look cool. Is there like a drop shadow property in CSS? Let's have a look. I think it'd be the text shadow property. Text. Let's see what kind of attributes we can set. Okay, so offset X, offset Y. So let's pull up a reference image here for what I might want it to look like. Have I already got it open in preview? Probably quit the color meter for now. Preview. Okay, so we have, this is the type of text I kind of want to replicate. So that's a very thick font. Probably have to get a new font from somewhere. Unless I use like Arial Black or something. I'm not sure what close mostly represents this font. And then there's a drop shadow with mainly a Y offset, but like maybe a 1 pixel X offset as well. And also it's got an outline. Is there a text outline property? Here's WebKit text stroke. Might be experimental. Non-standard. Cool. I can still try it because it's WebKit. I think that should work in Chrome if I'm not mistaken. It's got basic support in like... Wow. What? Maybe... Okay. So text stroke. I think since the OBS browser uses Chromium, it should still work, possibly. And I need to find a font that is thick as well. if I want it to look like this. So let's give this a go now. So let's find out where I set the font size to be like 1.4. Was it 1.5? It's at least 1.4. No, it's 1.5. Oh, it's REM. That's the units for fonts that I'm using. That's weird, I don't know why I've still got that here. I need to change that. Probably just get rid of it entirely, actually. Okay, here we go. So I'll make a new rule for the camera's scene and the person's name. Let's see what we can do with Arial Black in CSS. K is not a letter I often type on this keyboard. Stream at 720. It's actually, it doesn't matter what the resolution is, it's just the bitrate. I'm gonna check if the bitrate is what it should be. At the moment it's only 2500. Are you getting buffering or something? So I don't know why this website's taking super long to load. It's not a hassle to change, it will just look bad. Okay, so Arial Black, sans serif. Let's just get rid of this website. It's screwing up everything on my computer right now. Okay, I'll set the font family to Arial Black. Font size to be like 1.6. And let's see whether that did anything already. Okay, so that's already looking pretty similar to the reference image. Let's see if I can add a text stroke. Yeah, it looks like that's... Sublime doesn't think that's a real property. but I'm gonna do it anyway. See if it works. So 0.1 VW. And what is it? Black. Let's see what that looks like. It doesn't work. Dang it. Okay, what about if I use the WebKit version? Save that. I'm getting the rainbow ball of death, that's fine. Okay, preview. Okay, that's working. It's not exactly how I want it to look, but it'll work for now. Let's grab the text shadow property. So it's X offset should be something like 0.1 or 0.2. The Y offset should be something like 0.4. The blur radius should be 0. And the color should be black. So let's try that. Preview. That's not exactly right. I need to adjust these values. Cause okay, I can get rid of these now. Let's refresh this. I'm trying to get it to look like it does in Smash. So see how it's Marth and Donkey Kong look like that. Let's try to replicate that. Okay, the stroke seems to be about the right width, which is good. Now I just need to adjust the shadow. What happens if I go to 0.1? In fact, is there even? Yeah, it looks like there's a slight. This might be harder than I thought to get it to look right. Because I want the shadow to be bigger than the text, possibly. Yeah, this doesn't look quite right. What happens if I increase the blur value? It's like there's two different text shadows, possibly. Multiple text shadows. Put a comma and add a second one. turned off the blur effect. Like that. And I remove the X value for this one. Like that. That's starting to look a little better, potentially. And now I need to add one that's probably further out in both the X and the Y value. Wait. 0.2 and 0. And this should be that's the blur value. Like that. So this one probably needs to be a bigger X value, like 0.1 W. And the Y value should be 0. Maybe, or 0.1. Yeah, this effect's kind of hard to replicate, actually. It's close. I might come back to this later. Cause yeah, it doesn't look quite as cool as the Smash version, but it also doesn't look completely terrible, and also it doesn't really fit with the rest of the text down below. Also, I think it's partially to do with the font, because even though Arial Black's a really thick font, if you look at the Smash font on Marth's name there, it's like the hole inside the A is so tiny. I need to find a font that more closely resembles this one. Let's have a look on Google Fonts, see if I can find anything. Okay, so I want the thickness to be super thick. God, they're all nothing like what I want. Yeah. this one looks pretty similar. Because look at the hole inside the A. Ah, that Y looks a little weird though. Is there an example of a Y anywhere? Donkey Kong. Yeah, see the Y's still got a curve to it. It's not like straight edged. Let's get that. Any other options? This one looks okay. In fact, this one's probably closer. Actually, this one's... If I type just math here, it looks very similar, actually. So, I'm probably gonna use this font. Let's just check the other ones first. Don't see any that look appropriate. This one looks okay. Nah, this one's more accurate. This looks like the exact font. Like, it's even got the weird little accent on the A. Is exactly the same. Very, very similar font. Okay, what about Kong? The G character is totally different. So that's a bit lame. Ah well, let's try using this font anyway. It might give us a better result. I think they're supposed to be at the very top, the import statements. And then I should use font family as work sans. Okay, if I save that, let's have a look at it now. Okay, so it still doesn't look that great. It doesn't quite capture the essence of the Smash text. I'm not entirely sure why. Let's pull up like a comparison. So if I make these words, if I type math instead of pillow talk, we can see the actual difference here. So it looks like there is a lot more of a horizontal shadow than I originally thought, because at the edge of the M, okay, let's adjust the shadow a little bit more. actually, it looks similar to that. Maybe the text stroke needs to be a little thicker as well. So like 0.15. Ah, this stroke is, it's stroking the inside of the text instead of the outside. Ugh, that was the wrong property change. I mean, that's pretty close, but it's not quite there. It's like the font. I need to get that font. The shadow is looking okay though. What happens if I remove this part of the shadow? Did that change anything? Okay, yeah, that's what happens. Okay, yeah. This, I'm pretty happy with this shadow. Looks quite accurate. And also I realized that if the strokes, if it's stroking the inside of the text, or the middle of the text, instead of the outside, even if I get the exact font that they use in Smash, it's still going to be different. Still, I think it's a half decent attempt at recreating it. So let's have a look. There is a way that I could... So if I turn off the text outline, text stroke. I could add some more strokes. I could add a bunch more shadows. Try to replicate it. Okay, so if I set X negative 0.1, set Y to negative 0.1, and if I set X here to negative 0.1, no, X should be 0.1 VW, and Y should be 0. Why didn't that work? Because the Y needs to be negative 0.1. Okay, now we're getting there. Let's copy this stuff again. Okay, and now we need to go 0.1, 0.1, and also negative 0.1, 0.1. Alright, that's looking pretty close. And that way... is it thicker? Is the text... is it thicker than 0.1? What happens if I zero 0.12 on all of these? I think it can only do like a... it rounds up or down to 1 or 2. That's a bit lame. So it looks like this is the closest I'll get. So if I copy this... oh god, what did I do? Press Control V instead of Control C. Okay, save. Why did that? Why does that look so different than before? Because I forgot to turn off the text stroke, that's what's going on here. Almost freaked out for a second. Alright, that's looking actually half decent. I think I've kind of captured the essence of the Smash text now. Let's have a look. That looks alright. Okay. Let's go full screen preview now. Yeah, it's very close. It's not quite there. Let's have a look, see what some other names look like. It's not half bad. Not half bad. First, gotta change all this stuff. Rip Jet Smash. My computer's lagging a bit on the transitions, but that's alright. Okay. Anything else I want to do this stream? I suppose I could potentially make it work. Try to make it work for crew battles. Actually, let's see what it looks like on doubles. So if I change this to teams and go Sad Hour. Versus let's have a look now. Now I think the margin top looks a little weird. But you know, I'm getting this font contraption that I've made is growing on me now. Kinda like it. But let's find the padding for teams. Actually, padding might be easier to search. Padding top? Okay. Let's have a look at the preview now. Okay, let's go inspect element. Oh, okay. So the player text needs to have a different top value by the look of it. Where's the player text? Top 0.5 VW. Where is this? It's right below. Okay, so what if I make it 0.4 instead? Probably should have just checked. Using inspect element. How does that look? Let's go to 0.3. 0. How about 0? Nah, I think it could use a little bit. 0.2, 0.3. Yeah, 0.3 looks about right. Yeah, check that out. Let's see if the transitions still work. Alright, I think we made a lot of progress tonight. Still not happy with that logo transition. Zooms all the way out to the top and the bottom. But I've been going for 2.5 hours so far. Let's see how it looks in singles. Okay, let's make different values for singles and doubles. So I think for singles, I'll keep it at 0.5 like it was before, and for doubles, I'll make it 0.25 instead of 0.3. See how that goes. Maybe even 0.2. Yeah, that's alright. Alright, looking good. Looking rather good. I think Cruise is still a bit messed up. But might fix that next time. It looks like the music just ended. That was convenient. Find someone to raid. Methinks. Who have we got? Any tournaments going on? Can't find anything. Let's switch back to singles. Alright, I'll end the stream. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't followed the stream, give it a follow. Get to see me work more on this overlay.